Hi there, Nigel of NBW-Graphics here. First of all, I'd like to thank family and friends, including social media friends, for my birthday salutations. Yes, happy birthday to me, celebrating 7 decades of undetected crime. After all, you get punished for being caught, not for what you've done. Anyway, it's time for my breakfast. I haven't eaten for about 12 hours, being as I haven't been up too long. So, breaking the fast. Where does the word breakfast come from? So today, I'll give you a look-see into what a typical day is like for me. Well, today won't be a typical day, because I'll be meeting up with friends and having a little bit of a celebration. But I'm sure you'll get the drift. Well, as I haven't eaten for 12 hours, my blood sugars levels will be very low. Granola. So I'd like to bring them up in order to give me some energy for when I'm working out in the gym. So granola with some yogurt. In my case I use Alpro, as I find the regular dairy yogurt makes me feel very sleepy, and that's the last thing you want when you're going to work out, is the big weary as you approach the weights. I'll complement the granola and the yogurt with some fresh fruit. In this case, strawberries and blueberries. Someone once told me, don't know how true it is, that the berries, i.e. strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, so on and so forth, are more good for you than the other fruits. Sometimes I mix seedless grapes in with this mixture. It's an easy meal to eat, gets into the system quickly, doesn't take too long to digest. So, quite alright an hour or so before you work out. Right, chop the fruit up and we'll be good to go. Now you may be wondering why I use a tissue. Some kind of composite plastic, man-made. You get your old strawberry. Oops, that didn't work, did it? And you cut it. Just look at that stain. You won't believe how hard that is to scrub out of this chopping board. So, save myself a little bit of labour there. Now if you're wondering what's going on down there, that's a waste disposal unit there. So anything soft like fruit and meats without bones, etc., turn the tap on, then turn the disposal unit on, and away it goes. Finds its way down the system, comes out the outfall. Nice energy food for the fishes, along with all the other waste. So, oh yes, you may notice the t-shirt, goals. Some people say to me, oh, have you actually trained there? Well, to answer that question, with this particular shirt, yes I have. I bought it in Gold's Gym, Santa Monica, Venice Beach. Not far up the road from the famous Muscle Beach, which is surrounded by 2 or 3, I think the Americans call them bleachers, donated by the late Joe Weirder. Now if you go into my YouTube channel, you'll see one of my films called LA Break. LA as in Los Angeles. Amongst the footage on that film is a section on Gold's Gym where my daughter and I are working out. Well, nearly there. Some blueberries. There we go. Lovely. Oh, if you're wondering what these containers are, that's fresh crab for this evening's meal. Now maybe you see what I mean about the fruit stains. These are the only 2 supplements I take. Well, not strictly true. Glucosamine, I think that's how you pronounce it. Glucosamine, sulfate and cod liver oil. I'm informed that they're good for your joints. A year or so ago I experienced a training injury where I strained the right patella tendon in my kneecap. Anyway, I'll tell you all about that later before I go to the gym, so you get that old sob story. Okay, time for breakfast. Yes, as you can see, a change of clothes. Breakfast did its job, fueled me through my workout. That's over and done with. Back home, showered and changed. I think it was Dorian Yates, 6 times Mr. Olympia winner, that made a comparison of himself and his competitors in the States. He's walking to the gym through the streets, putting up with the winter's freezing cold and the wind-driven rain, while his competitors abroad are walking to the gym in the lovely sunshine of California, along the shoreline of Santa Monica, possibly towards Gold's Gym. I'll show you what my journey to the gym is like. On the days my training partner has work commitments, I make my own way up there. And I must have had a premonition, because I took this section of film in the summer. Yesterday it was very windy and pouring with rain. Not a day to be out filming. Okay, let's see what it's like.
For purposes of economy of time, I will speed up sections of the journey to the gym to suit the narrative. Once leaving my house, the first game I have to play is called Crossing the Road. Sometimes it is easier than other times, and it is a good thing that this road is not two-way traffic. I then turn into Spring Gardens, which is a steep hill. While walking up there, I maintain my pace, which involves positive leg work, and if I have done a leg workout within the last 3 or 4 days, I can certainly feel it at the top of my leg bicep to my glute tie-ins, where my legs are still recovering from the last leg workout. By the time I reach the top, my lungs are like a pair of bellows being well worked, and that in itself is a cardio and leg workout before I even get to the gym.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Once I have reached the top of the hill, I cross the road and make for the bus stop, and hopefully not have long to wait. At last the bus arrives, and once boarded I will have about a 10-minute journey to my destination. Now for the last part of my journey, and that is to walk up Reap Lane, but I think of it as walking the gauntlet, as this summer we have had an infestation of oak processionary moths. These moths get their name from their preference of living on oak trees, but as you can see there are no oak trees in Reap Lane, so they make do with bushes or whatever else. They lay their eggs in a white nest, roughly the size of a tennis ball, which contains hundreds of caterpillars that grow to about 2 inches long. The hairs on their body become airborne, that contain a toxin. This in turn gets into the skin, causing a rash of itchy spots. So it's a trip to the pharmacy for antihistamine tablets to treat the problem internally, and cream to treat it externally. I mentioned earlier about my training injury, and I will now share with you my journey of recovery from that injury. My training partner and I were doing a squatting program that took us up to a maximum weight of 140 kilograms. On the 7th of April 2018, after setting the safety bars to my parallel squat depth, we started squatting. From 20 to 130 kg all was well. On set 9 at 140 kg, squatting down to parallel, I felt a very uncomfortable sensation in my right hand kneecap. I squatted back up and out of the hole and racked the bar. For my next set I dropped the weight down to 100 kg and did 10 reps without any problem. After this I experienced a discomfort in my right hand knee patella tendon when going up or down steps, or after doing a lot of walking. I consequently took time off from leg training. I eventually consulted a physiotherapist, and it was confirmed that I had strained my right hand patella tendon. So I learned that if I did not start working the tendon, it would only weaken and make matters worse. But if I overtrained, it would also slow down or stop the recovery process. It's a thin dividing line in that very grey area between black and white. Oh, what to do? So I decided to set myself a goal to be accomplished by or before Saturday, 2nd of November 2019. my 70th birthday. That goal was to squat 100 kgs for 20 repetitions. I started out by squatting with an Olympic bar without any plates loaded onto it. This bar has a weight of 20 kg. Once I could comfortably do 20 repetitions with the Olympic bar, I increased the weight by 5 kg and continued this process, increasing the weight in 5 kg increments. It took me 11 months and 16 days to achieve my goal, and this consisted of 60 workouts, comprising of 302 sets, that in turn comprised of 2,731 repetitions, that squatted a total weight of 138,100 kilograms. In April, I started training at Jurassic Muscle and Fitness. That has a longer Olympic barbell than the standard length and consequently weighs 25 kg. So my target weight went up to 105 kg for 20 repetitions. My first exercise is leg extensions. I do these purely as a warm-up in order to get the blood flowing through the knee joints and activate the synovial fluids, which is the body's lubricating oil that reduces friction in the joints during exercise. I do 4 sets of 12 repetitions, starting at 70 pounds and finishing with 100 pounds. Next is to the power rack to do squats. 4 warm-up sets of 8 reps with 25, 45, 65 and 85 kg. For the 85 kg set and thereafter, I wear knee supports and a weight training belt. Next is a 95 kg warm-up set for 8 reps, followed by 105 kg for the 20 reps.
Simplicity in form, complexity in execution.
We are not quite finished yet. Next exercise is 4 sets of leg curls for 20 reps, starting at £40 and finishing with £55. For me, leg curls do not lend themselves to the use of heavy weights, so I do high rep sets for this exercise. Now for the last exercise, which is seated calf raises. 4 sets of 15 to 20 reps, starting at 20 kgs and finishing with 35. Well, that's it, and by now I feel tiredness that comes from doing a good workout, which usually takes 45 to 50 minutes. Going to meet the family and friends in the Britannia Inn now. The wind is blowing, but there is a break from the rain. And as I progress, I am thinking I may be having more to drink this afternoon than what's good for me. You know that feeling? You're going to fall into a dark, deep hole of your own making? Well, to quote an old saying, what goes on the Brit, stays in the Brit.
Well, it's been some days since my birthday. Editing the film has taken longer than what I anticipated, but then again you've got to be in the right mood for doing that kind of work, otherwise the finished product is not as good as what it could be. So what kind of day did I have? Very good. Good food, good workout, good training partner, and in the afternoon, family and friends, good company. I would now like to do a shout out for my daughter Louise, who is a coach for Beachbodies. Beachbodies do a full range of food supplements for dietary and training purposes. Also, they have a great variety of different training schedules. My daughter was challenged by a thyroid problem, which can affect you in one of two ways. You can be grossly underweight or overweight. In her case, she was overweight. So what she did was research the problem so she could administer self-help. Also, she looked into different dietary methods she could follow and how to train. Well, she picked on the Beachbodies system, and when I say diet, there's no fad diets, nothing gimmicky about it. It's an eating style you can maintain for life. And slowly but surely, she lost weight and got fitter in the process. Well, the proof of the pudding is in the eating. So here's the before and after pictures. Now, any of you guys out there, that means both men and women, if you're interested and would like to know more, then please contact her on her Instagram, and she'll only be too happy to help you along and hopefully achieve your goals. And I say hopefully because there's only one person who can achieve your goals, and that's yourself. She can only help you. Well, I think that's about it, folks. Once again, thank you all for your birthday salutations. So now I shall say farewell, and as you slip down the slippery banister of life, I trust that the splinters will be facing in the right direction. Okay, bye for now.